Hello, everyone. Didn't know if we was going to do a show tonight. Came on early so everybody could get on early and start chatting, and all of a sudden start having trouble with my computer here and having trouble with my phone. Hopefully everything's going to be okay. Hope everybody's having a great day. Good to see Jennifer and Myrna and Jamie. I said Jennifer, it's Jeffrey and Mike Davis. Ron's here. Russ is here. Bill Woods is here. Papa G. Richard.
Myrna was the first one on.
Myrna was the first one on. Maria, Jeremy, and David. And I'll try to catch the rest of you as they come on. But, I'm not one that likes to just sit there and read people's names or wait for people to come on. When I come on, I like to get to the show and try not to keep you bored too long. But I got some good information. I got some information that when I came home from my daughter's house babysitting a monkey, I yelled and screamed at Ron, not yelling and screaming, being mad at him. And his response was, well, I hope you don't act like that on the show tonight. And I said, nope, just got to get it out. There's some things I'm very disappointed about. There's some things I'm very happy about. Ian's here. But we're going to get on. And for all the people who can't wait to get on them beds, I think we're really close, and I'm going to discuss that. But I want to talk to Jimmy and his family, Larry and the two girls. And I keep talking to Dad, Renee's husband, and keep talking to him. And when I talk to him, I can remember the girls' names. And boy, I get on here and it's like I just get a brain cramp. But they've decorated their house in the Grinch. Very nice. He showed me pictures. Trying to get them in the Christmas spirit, the Thanksgiving spirit. And, myself personally, Thanksgiving isn't that much of a day for me. It used to be when I was a young kid. It used to be. And then one day, Thanksgiving morning. Remember, we used to have things in the house that didn't go do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. They go ring, 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 and you answered it. Usually on a wall or sitting on a stand or something like that. Me and Ron used to share a bedroom. He had the bottom bunk and I had the top bunk. Lived with Mom and Dad. We did good. All of a sudden that one Thanksgiving morning, the phone went ring, ring, and my mom answered it. And the next thing I heard her crying like a little baby. Man, I jumped out of that bed. I think I jumped over Ron's shoulders as he was jumping out of the bed, running to see what was wrong with Mom. And we found out that someone very special has passed away in the middle of the night. They had a party the day before. One of those Tupperware or whatever parties women used to have back in the days when people used to associate and not order everything online. When people didn't have to sit in front of a computer or be on a cell phone or just constantly be doing something, but they could associate with one another, where they sat and had coffee and cookies or donuts, and they homemade them. They didn't buy them in a store. Glory days. And I don't like to use that term because I don't like that guy. But I did hear another guy sing that song of his. And man, he's even better than him. And I'm glad, because I really like the song, but I can't give that man any credit no more. I'm hoping he left the country. He promised he was going to. Trouble is, these people, they make so much money here in the USA, they got no place else to go. Warrenkin's Project is here. Family Channel. Getting some new ones in here. But anyway, the phone rang, and it was my cousin the day before. They served barbecue for lunch. You didn't just get some cookies and donuts or whatever. You got a lunch when you went to these parties. It was an all-day event. The husbands had come home from work and said, you didn't get nothing done today. So what do you mean I didn't get nothing done today? I had 12 ladies over here at the house, and we had a good time. And you didn't argue with the wives back then. Because you know what? They did the cooking. If you argued with them, you didn't get to eat supper that night. They had barbecue. And just before she went to bed, she belched, and evidently she got some lodged in her throat. And she said it was something that was annoying, but she was okay. She went to bed, and about an hour and a half later, she woke up the family, and they couldn't save her. She choked to death. It was a sad, sad day. So Thanksgiving to me, it's hard to be thankful for a day when all it's based on killing turkeys. And I know it has other meanings, but losing a loved one on a day like that, it's not something that, but hi, Elaine. But it's something that, I'm trying to get Renee's family in the spirit. I think I'm winning. Getting them in the spirit for Christmas, because I keep using my trump card. And my trump card is, Renee wouldn't want you to be like that. And, Jim and Jimmy, if you're on tonight, you know that. You know that. So you can actually hear me say it instead of reading it. But them special beds are really close. Because, see, they're hiding them in plain sight, and they're not just in big areas. They're everywhere. Patriot 11, I feel like singing a song. Where can my Patriot 11 be, He's just totally disappeared, but I'm still planning on getting a branch, and I'm needing help, buddy. I need someone to teach people how to ride. Patriot Karate Kid and Wyatt Earp, how's that new car? Are you getting excited about the holidays? The time off of school? Patriot Princess, our queen. Our princess, our queen, our ball player. Truthfully, I don't think there's anything that little girl can't do. I have no doubt she'll be homecoming queen when she gets old enough. Who knows? She's a little older than my granddaughter. She might be the first woman to ever be a woman president of the United States of America. I tell you right now, her and my granddaughter and every little girl we got in this group is smarter than the one that the Democratic Party had running this last time.
And they were born middle class.
But the whole thing of it is, every one of our kids here, I believe, were just like her in a way, because they was probably born a middle class family. John's grandkids, Boogie and Boogs, Boogaloo and Boogaroo. The oldest one, my goodness, he put a picture up there. She's only 13 years old, and she does not look it. And, I'm bald. I'm going to tell you right now, John's going to be white-haired real soon, because that little girl is going to have the boyfriends. Very beautiful little girl. Little Leona and little Ilana. I was looking at some pictures of little Leonie the other day, and then I went to Bookface because little Ilana's great grandma passed away, a very, very nice lady. She wasn't really family, but she was family. You know what I mean? She wasn't blood family. She never married into the family. She should have married my cousin. They didn't ever get married, but he raised little Ilana's grandma, helped out with grandma's twin daughters. He was always there for them, and they were more married than a lot of them. And I think maybe them not getting married is what reason they had such an amazing, amazing relationship. And boy, I tell you, when you got on roller skates, moonlight skating rink, in Bradley, Illinois, where the McDonald's right here and a Henry's back there, and that's back before McDonald's was back bad. That's back when you can go and get, the hamburgers for 15 cents a piece because they raised up in price. They used to only be 12. Cheeseburgers went to 17. Good stories, and you love to talk about stories like that because you just don't see them anymore, but I believe we're getting there.
And the hamburger was what hamburger.
And the hamburger was 100% beef. And then you have my grandkids, Patriots super gymnast, who I spent some time with tonight. She just found out that she got straight A's. I guess you're on the dean's list when you're that. And you know what's funny? She gets straight A's, but she reads. She's a bookworm. She loves to read. But the actual study, I never really see her study. She's just one of those kids that when she gets her homework, when she gets assignments, she gets them done and she gets straight A's. But then I also found out tonight, my grandson, Patriots 7, he got straight A's except for one B+. And I didn't know he was that kind of student because he was like me growing up. He loves sports. And he loves sports so much that he wants to be out playing instead of doing homework. And when he is told he has to do homework, it's so we have when we get something goes wrong in our family now, when I'm over at their house, if something goes wrong, we don't complain about it. We do the Liam, who is Patriots 7. We do the Patriots small Hank. He was building at the kitchen table tonight. He was playing with his Legos, and the kid can do amazing things with it. I think he'll be a contractor. I really do. I went to the refrigerator, and I had taken a candy bar home the other night. I had it there, and I thought I could eat it, or I could put a smile on his face. So I put the smile on his face. I ate it in front of him. No, I give it to him. But Patriot, little monkey, I babysat her today, and we had a blast. We got our nap together, but we had a blast. She's kind of like me. She's starting to listen to me so much that she says, Grandpa, I can say something to you, and then I can put a line of a song to it. I said, you cannot. She says, yes, I can, because when me and you were together, you know what line I can put together? And she says, I said, what? She says, kids just want to have fun. That's our new song. We don't sing it. Girls just want to have fun. To me and her, it's kids, because when we're together, we're two kids. And then little Kira, you guys know my hair situation. I have so much. And I have so much. And she takes my hat off the other night, and she had picked up a little comb, and she looked at me, and she holds her arms out to have me pick her up, and I do. And when I pick her up, she takes my hat off, and she starts combing my hair. And then she taps the top of my head, and I put my hat back on. She thought that was the greatest thing in the world. But when you talk about, I guess people think it's a secret that I don't know that I'm bald. Because last night I went in to get some spaghetti from a store. And by the way, that concludes the kids section. I do want to say that this live broadcast is not meant for kids. If they watch it, it's under the discretion of their parents, grandparents, or legal guardians. And any music or anything we're going to use in the show tonight, it's not ours. We use it for information purposes only. But anyway, I go into the store last night, and there was this really beautiful little girl. I think just out of high school, maybe in college. She looked at me and said, "Man, I love your hat." I said, "Really? You really love it, huh?" She said, "Yes, I really love it." And I took it off, and I said, "You want it?" And she goes, no, no. But when I took it off, there was a lady standing behind me. This is no lie. There's a lady standing behind me, and if she weighed 300, if she wasn't 300 pounds, she was over. She was shorter than me, probably about 5 foot tall. She looked like a big old pimple with a body around it. I mean, she had a very nice smile if she smiled. But when I took the hat off, I guess she wanted to be noticed. Like she wasn't going to be anyway. But no one was mean to her. And when I took the hat off, she goes, now we see why you wear a hat. No, I wear a hat because I've wore a hat when I had hair down halfway down the middle of my back. So thick I couldn't hardly get a brush through it. I wore a hat. I've always worn them. I would sleep in them, but every time I turn like this, I hit it like the bill on the thing and it wakes me up. I don't understand why people have to be rude. So let's say the pledge and do the music and get into the show. I have to admit I enjoyed doing the kids segment tonight. I had a lot of fun. You guys are having a nice chats over there. Hey, Gary, I don't think I've mentioned you yet, have I? Has everybody seen General Lee yet? Missing General Lee. Victorious Moon. Welcome.
I think Janet missed a good tonight.
Huh?
I think Janet missed a good tonight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless
Yes, God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American. And if there's anybody on the show tonight that's from another country, be proud. Be proud to be from that country. Take pride in your country. Take pride in being an American or whatever country you're from. Just take pride. And I tell this to a lot of people, and we still do have people in other countries following us. I'll get messages a lot. And when I get the messages, I will they'll say stuff like, thank you for thinking of our country and telling us all to make sure we're proud of our country. And to show you where I'm coming from there, I talk a lot about Julia, the girl in the Ukraine. I talk a lot about her, and right now, I got a letter from her the other day, not yesterday, and she was fighting off tears because she heard that Sleepy was going to send long-term, to their country to help fight off. So I assured her that anything she hears, whether it's her mainstream media news or on the internet from the United States or wherever, anything you hear about this idiotic man, if he is a man, oh no, that's the other guy. But anything you hear, don't take it serious. They have no power left. They're done. Golden Arrow is here. They have no power left, and the hat has come out and said again, it has to end. I wanted to bring that up because the people in that country are petrified. Term Putin. Term. That's your opinion. I don't think the hat is going to allow it.
No, I don't think so either.
But that's the great thing about this show. Everybody's entitled to their opinion as long as they keep them nice. And you did. Thank you. But there was reports yesterday that there was a lot of things happening in that country. So when I wrote her last night, I asked her, has there been any long terms coming at you guys? And she said, no, not in about 2 weeks. It's amazing how mainstream media news keeps their mouth shut about what's going on in Ohio. The police don't do nothing about what's going on in Ohio. The president talks to his granddaughter about what did you shoot on the front nine, instead of worrying about what's going on in Ohio. Then they want to tell us that this poor little girl. Hey, Randall West.
Yeah. Ohio State's playing Indiana.
This poor little girl needs so much help, and we can only believe she does. But when they talk, if you have not listened to Restored Republic, just go and listen. If you want to know about this little girl, go and listen to the first 8 minutes. You don't have to listen to the whole thing. Just 8 minutes. That's all they talk about. Why? Because what we feared for so long happened on November 5th, and we won. So now they got to put more fear into us, make us feel bad. And one way to make me feel bad is to talk about children, about what they're going through. But see, not once, but twice, I've seen the president say, no more kids suffer. We're going to save this little girl. We're going to go get her, and where everything is going to be, we're going to get her what she needs. They say how she needs this help, and how they say no one's even seen her for 6 weeks. No one knows alive if that's the case. And then they kick it off. But if you would be so kind to donate money, it's another freaking scam, guys. I'm not saying this little girl isn't in trouble, and I hope and pray she's not. But everything always ends. Man, I hate going to Telegram right now. Every channel you join, you got to get in on the hat coin. The hat says it. And every time I hear the hat, he says, anything like that you hear, I do not endorse. The only thing I've heard him say recently is something about Bitcoin. And he's talked about the two, XRP and XLM, which when it was at 30 and 35 cents, for all of you that took my not being a financial advisor advice, XRP is now at 111,414. XLM is 24,488, and I bought XLM at 2 pennies a piece. It's fun going to your account and sitting there in about every minute. Bing. It don't bing, but it just moves. And you see your money go up. And you see your money go up. And you see your money go up. You know, and you get so used to seeing it because it's on the rise. Some people say it could go as high as Bitcoin is. I'm thinking, oh, don't know about being for that long a ride because it gets to a certain amount. And this cowboy's taking his money and he's riding into the sunset. with Big Ron on the back of the horse with me. So that's why we need you, Patriot 11. We need you to teach us how to ride double on a horse. But that's what the subject about this little girl is, what I blew up on Ron tonight about. I'm controlling myself. I was out of line the other day. I yelled too much. I screamed too much. But it's just my love I have for children. The love I have for children, when I hear this man say, it stops now, no more children will suffer. And then one of the channels I follow the most, the Restored Republic, every day they start off with at least 5 to 10 minutes of how bad this little girl is. But the question I asked Ron, how do you know? How do we even know she's still with us if no one has seen her for 6 weeks? How was they able to take away? How is the police not getting involved? Is Ohio that corrupt? I mean, here we're in the state that I'm in. We have the most corrupt, idiotic guy running our state that you'll ever want to have. And they had even made reference to it. He said, sorry to tell you, Illinois, but you might have the worst governor in the United States. Might have. Dude, you just wasted your breath telling us that, because there's not one Illinois person that doesn't know that. Well, those who have their eyes open also know that he may be the mask, or he is the mask governor, because he might have been hanging around someplace for a while back. How'd you like how I got around that one, huh? So, on Bruce last night, I had a very good chat with Marianne, even though it was not as long as normal. I had a very good chat with her. She wished me a happy hump day today. Nothing you like more than a beautiful woman wishing you a happy hump day. Remember now, I said This is not meant for children. On Bruce last night, R&R money to be paid to your accounts. If you're on Social Security, the money will be paid to your bank account. Everybody else's, it will be paid to your bank account. Unless you have foreign currency and you go to a redemption center. Then it will be paid there into your quantum accounts. You know, the accounts that you have to have a thumbprint, and you have to have a brand new email address, and you have to have 3 or 4 other things. We've discussed that. It will be paid in there, but what you have to understand, this is money you're going to want to know before they start putting your other money in your quantum account. You want to know how much is your R&R. Make sure you know that. For these accounts, are we back on? Someone give me a thumbs up and let me know if we're on. We just went off for a minute or a couple seconds. Okay, I see you guys moving over there, so we must be. Thumbs up. Thank you. So, Bruce is saying last night there's going to be 3 age groups to get the R&R. We're going to start with the 60 and older, people who are retired or about to retire. And they're going to be paid into their accounts in a lump sum. People 45 to 59 will be paid every month for 2 years. So if you get $12 million over 2 years, you'd get $500,000 a month. I don't know what we're getting. 30 to 45, the youngest group, will be paid over 3 years. But still, even if they get $6 million, that's still a nice monthly pay. There is some things that go along with this. If you're 60 and over, you're not required to work. But as Bruce spoke in his show, even though you're not required to work, I'm 70. And as Marianne, I don't know her age. I think she's like in her 30s. She looks like she's in her 20s. But anyway, she says, wouldn't it be great, Ralph, to feel like we're in our 30s again? But this time, live them the right way. Not have the pressures of having to go to work every day. Not having the pressures to put up with the hassle. As I was telling her, I worked in a factory. And I was able to work for almost 30 years with both of my brothers. At the time, a guy that was our best friend, Rodney Bertrand, worked with us. My nephew worked with us for several years. Other family members worked with us. But it was the friendships, and it didn't matter the color of your skin, what country you was from. When you worked at Gould National Battery, you were family just like we are here. And sometimes I wonder if the love and, because I was in charge of the activity association, running a lot of the stuff, and I got along with everyone. And sometimes I wonder if that's why God brought me to this show, to do a show like this, because we're family. You don't see this kind of love and affection on any other show. I'm just wondering. But if you're 30 to 45 or 45 to 60, you have to sign a paper stating that you will get a job. If you have a job, you will work. They're saying 30, Bruce is. I've heard it could be as low as 20. Me and Marianne was talking about that last night. So you have to work. From what I understand, if you're not working, they're going to give you so long to get a job. But see, think about it. And I'm just going to use a name here. David Duffy. Now I know David's probably, a little older, but let's say David is 34 years old. But he's not working right now because, even though Sleepy and Dopey made you believe there was a lot out there, guys, there wasn't. There still isn't. But let's say he's not got a job. And by not having a job, he gets his money, but he's going to have to promise to get a job within a certain amount of time, or he loses it until he does. But here's David, and David knows that Patriot 5 and Patriot 6 is going to be doing humanitarian groups, things. We're going to be doing different events and things like that, projects. So David comes to me and says, Ralph, I'd love to work with you. What do you got for me? What do you want? Well, you know what? I'd like to talk to people. I'd like to get something to talk to people. Well, remember I told you about this sportsman's club that we're going to rebuild and let people come in? Well, we'll check memberships to make sure they have a membership. That's where I got my start down at that sportsman's club. I worked my year I graduated high school. I didn't want to go to work that first summer. I didn't want to go to the factory. I wanted to be free. I wanted to have time. I met the most amazing girl maybe I ever met in my life that summer. And maybe David would sit in that. Maybe he'd want to work at one of our restaurants. Maybe he wants to just be a groundsman. Maybe, but we can make sure David gets his 20 or 30 hours, whatever he has to work. And like Bruce was saying, it's not going to be work like it is now, guys. Talking to people, and when you talk about their jobs, and he says, I was under so much pressure. I was under so much, I had to do this and I had to do this. If I didn't do this, we didn't, and it's not going to be like that. You're not going to have someone standing over your head. I created something when I worked at the factory. I created something that literally saved the company millions of dollars. We were getting batteries coming back that was the top of them was corroding. And we had to figure out how to do it. And I figured a way to clean them, put stuff on them to do this. And I did this. So I was guaranteed I could have that job. I created the job. And we got time studied one day. Now, if I would have did the job the way I was capable of doing it, nobody else in the plant would have been able to make rate. They would have been getting white slip because they couldn't do what they needed to do if I would have did that. So I'm working at a pace, to me, a snail pace. And the guy who's time studying me, he looks at me and he says, we need to go and talk to your foreman. I said, what do you mean? We need to go and talk to your foreman. So we walked in the office. My foreman was a black gentleman, Ralph Bailey, my favorite foreman I ever had out there. We used to golf and that together, but the guy doing the time study says, I need to talk to you about this guy. I need him taken off this job. And Ralph Bailey said, no, you don't. He said, this man doesn't have a clue what he's doing out there, Mr. Bailey. Mr. Bailey said, well, you know what? Let me call the plant manager and bring him out here. So they called Kevin Smith out, plant manager. What's the problem here? The guy says, I need this guy taken off the job. I cannot do a time study with him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's going too slow. How can I time study it higher for you guys when he's going too slow? Kevin says, you're telling me he doesn't know what he's doing? Yes. He said, I'm calling your boss and getting you out of here. Well, you can't do that. He said, watch me. This is my plant. You're gone. He said, well, why would you do that? He says, the guy you're telling me and telling Mr. Bailey here that he doesn't know what he's doing created this job. He invented this job. He saved this company millions and millions of dollars and never charged us anything but the right to do this job all the time. Super seniority is what they called it. But see, we're not going to have anything like this person I was talking to that was under pressure. Your jobs are not going to be pressured because your bosses, they don't have a bottom line. If you work someplace that maybe you work alongside of Dopey. I heard she's going back to McDonald's. Maybe you just want to sit at a window and take someone's orders. You know, you're not going to have someone say, you mess that order up. You mess the order up. You correct the order. Or you just go to your little machine and you tell them what you want. And you don't have to go to McDonald's. So there's where we're at there. That pretty much covers that. Saturday and Sunday, there was some big tests going on. They were testing Dinar Dong, Afghanistan, Afghania, and Indonesia Rupiah. They was testing these floors in bank screens and screens all over the world to see if they was going to show up the same. And the great thing is, thumbs up, they did. They worked perfect. But there was a little delay, just a little delay, nothing that we have to be concerned about, because we always have this one thing. We always have these greedy people who wants to get theirs first, who wants to try to take advantage of someone first. Well, these people have been captured, they've been arrested, and they've been, let's put it this way, they may have thought they got it first, but they ain't getting no more. No, or should I say, no mo. You know, like get mo.
Hell.
So that is very, very good news. They're saying that there's a possibility Social Security, the raises could come in by the end of the month. Bruce doesn't believe it. He thinks it'll be early next month. He says he don't think it will come in. And myself personally, I don't either. Because today is what, the 20th, the third Wednesday of the month? Yeah, because I got paid a week ago. I get paid on 2nd. So you only got one more Wednesday in a month. But if it was, we was to start getting paid, the people who get paid today would have been paid today. But before you could pay them, it would seem like you would have to go back and pay the first Wednesday, the second Wednesday, and the people who get paid on the first and second of the month because of their situations. So I believe it will happen next month. But please note, this is not something that we're going to be doing where we're going to be getting just a little bit of a raise. This isn't a cost of living raise like we've been getting. And we don't even get cost of living raise, but they say it is. This is going to be a nice raise. We've heard $5,000. We've heard $5,000 plus what you're already getting. We've heard in the 4,000s. We've heard double what you get now. And from what I'm understanding, that is the worst case scenario, that you will get double what you get now. But what I'm understanding, since we're like 4 months behind, they will pay you, if it starts in December, they'll pay you December, and then they'll pay you another month. Then we'd be 3 months behind. So for the first 4 months, you're going to get double. And I know what that would do for me. It would really help. So things are looking really good. There is a picture out there of the president and his beautiful, beautiful first lady holding hands, walking towards this beautiful White House. And the caption of it is, "We're coming home Friday. We're coming home Friday." Friday is also the anniversary, 61 years, I believe it is, of the assassination of John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Could we see him that day? Inquiring minds want to know. Cindy's here. Good to see you, Cindy. So, as I said, that pretty much covers that part. There's some few other things that he said. And to be honest with you guys, I'm going to do a few things here. I went in and actually read Judy Bidington today, and I'll go and look at it, pick out a few things. There's not going to be a whole lot that I can read there because Judy Bidington is very, very active today in Ohio, the little girl. And I just can't read stuff like that here. This is something, oh, where'd it go? Come on, quit acting up, phone. This is something that was sent to me for immediate release, November 20th, 2024. Contact Taylor, Haulsee. Speaker Johnson's statement on women's only spaces in the U.S. Capitol. Washington Speaker Johnson issued the following statement regarding the use of single-sex facilities throughout the U.S. Capitol complex. All single-sex facilities in the Capitol and House office buildings, such as restrooms, changing rooms, and locker rooms, are reserved for individuals that biologically sex. It is important to note that each member's office has its own private restroom, and unisex restrooms are available throughout the Capitol. Women deserve women's only spaces. Hallelujah. I really like that. Open up. People, DC is foreign soil, foreign territory. It's a swamp. That's why evil can be hung there just like at Mo. There is never, ever going to be an inaugural parade in this piece of crap place. Do your research, as they show a lot of gallows. Linda, yes, I have been taking my medicine. 22,231 steps walked so far today. And I took a nap, so I elevated my feet. But I will write you later on. The monkey really kept me busy today. I want everybody to remember that today being Wednesday, Ron is still on suspension and is unable to send out things that he's been sending out, but he hopes to be doing something by tomorrow afternoon or before, so he can send out Friday night. We'll have to wait and see. For everybody who's been sending out to everybody else, I want to thank you because the word's getting out. We have 151 people on tonight, right now. Now let's see what we got. This first one was Intel only. I've already covered all the Intel for Bruce. Here's what the hat said with the picture. Look at what the hat posted today on the hat account. In 3 days, we're coming home. And in 3 days from today, that is yet again Friday, November 22nd, the 61st anniversary of JFK's anniversary. Yeah, that's true. I have a picture here someone sent me of two of my beloved Bears fans, cartoon characters, standing at the urinals going to the bathroom while the Packer fan is sitting in the urinal going. And the caption is, "You can't fix stupid." Yes, my Bears lost to the Packers. Yeah, but if you've seen the final play of the game, just what the NFL does best. The referees cheated. And I'm not saying it because it's the Bears, because when it happened, I was so distraught. I didn't notice it, but when I've got to watch it, if you don't believe me, go watch videos on TikTok. They have them on there all the time showing. Oh, now I lost. Now I lost where I was at. Got talking, and there we go. Breaking, special beds are here. The hat unleashes life-saving tech once hidden by elites. The vital beat for the special beds, the revolutionary device once reserved for global elite, finally accessible to the public. Under President the Hat leadership, this breakthrough technology is being deployed nationwide, promising to heal millions and destroy the profit-driven healthcare system built on chronic illness. No more secrets. Healing for all. For years, elites hoarded the special beds for themselves, using this advanced technology to reverse untreatable conditions while the public endured outdated, evasive treatments. But the Hat re-election of 2024 marked a turning point. This vital beat, special beds, is now being installed in hospitals across the United States, bringing 99.9% diagnostic accuracy and life-changing regenerative therapies to everyday Americans. How the special beds work, this isn't science fiction, it's medical revolution. The special beds uses quantum technology, A1, all energy fields to detect and repair conditions previously thought irreversible. Advanced diagnostics scans the body in under 2 minutes, identifying blocked arteries, scar tissues, valve issues, and irregular rhythms with unmatched precision. Non-invasive therapy dissolves arterial plaque, repairs damaged tissues, and restores heart function without surgery. Real-time A1 monitoring adjusts treatments dynamically for optimal results, ensuring every session minimizes healing. Hospitals already using special beds reports astounding recoveries. Patients with heart failures are walking out completely healed. Pacemakers are being removed after full cardiac restoration. The results are undeniable. The elite's worst nightmare for decades, the special beds were kept from the public to protect the corrupt healthcare industry. Bottom line, Big Pharma thrives on perpetual illness, lifelong medications, endless surgeries, and expensive treatments. Special beds threaten this system, offering permanent solutions instead of temporary fixes. The Hatch administration has exposed this conspiracy, ensured that these devices are saving lives, not lining pockets. A battle for freedom and health. The rollout hasn't been easy. Entrenched forces in Big Pharma and healthcare fought to suppress the special beds, fearing the billions they stand to lose. But the HAT executive orders and federal funding have shattered their resistance. Over 350 hospitals already have special beds, with thousands more installations planned by 2025. A call to action. This is more than a medical breakthrough. It is a fight of humanitarian futures. The Hat's vision: clear healing over profit, people over corporations. Patriots demand access in our community. Together we can dismantle the corrupt medical industrial complex, and reclaim our right to health. The era of suffering is over. The future of our healing has arrived. Also, these are not just in hospitals, but they're in small communities, hiding, being brought in by just regular trucks, delivery trucks, people not knowing what they are, getting set up in rooms, offices all over the United States of America. America, be ready. World, be ready. Soon you will be on these special beds. As I said, I've already pretty much covered Judy. Judy talked a lot about the beds. One thing I would love to talk about the beds is the fact that we know they're real. They're going to be here. And in closing, first I want to thank everybody for coming to show you how close we think we are. Bruce actually came out last night and said he thanked all of his people. He thanked everyone for being there for so many years, all of the people who's followed him and everything. He really, the way he talked last night, does not believe that there will be a big call tomorrow night. So what I'm going to say here is I don't know until I'm told what direction we're going to go. I have asked and pleaded for all of yous to join Telegram, our Messenger, our Signal. Any group we have, I've asked you, please join it so we can all stay in touch. A lot of yous have emailed me at Yahoo. And if someone would put my Yahoo email up there, I'd appreciate it for those who don't know it.
Janet's not here tonight.
Jana's not here, so someone else has got to do it. Happy birthdays go out to everybody who's had birthdays this week. Bill, you just had one yesterday. Why didn't you step up when I was talking Monday night? I asked who had birthdays and you did not answer. Don't make me have to get upset. I won't get upset. I hope you had a happy birthday, Bill. But that guy pretty much covers everything. You know, as I said here, happy at the fact that I think we're pretty much literally there. See, I'm a person that is a 10-year-old boy, actually, 9-year-old boy. I hadn't turned 10 yet. I didn't turn it till the following February. But as a 9-year-old boy, I never accepted that someone did what they said they did 61 years ago, Friday. Teachers looked at me and thought I was crazy. I never did believe it. I when they asked me why, because everybody crying, I cried. But I never believed it. Thanks, Myrna, for putting a signal up. Do you have the telegram also? But anyway, I never did. I can remember as a 9-year-old boy, we got the day off school of the funeral. I couldn't watch it on TV. Seeing Junior stand there, the little bit I did see, seeing him stand there in his little suit that was short pants and that, and now to see the man he's turned into. I really believe Friday could be a day that maybe we're going to get to see people like this. The day my mom passed away, one of the last things my mom said to me, and when this was just me and her talking, it had nothing to do with the fact that we thought she was going to pass away that day because she wasn't sick. She had a brain aneurysm. That's why people say I'll never die, because a lot of people say I don't have a brain. Sharon's here. Susie Q. But she asked me, she said, have you ever believed that he's gone? I said, nope. Even more so now, Mom, I don't believe it. And I wasn't even becoming a patriot then. It was a little bit after that. I was married still. Then I wasn't allowed to do anything. If I wasn't doing the dishes and keeping a house clean and working 70 hours a week, I was a no good to that lady. But that's a story for another time. But I really believe in, and as happy as I am, what we're about ready to go to, the uncertainty of not knowing what we're going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights now. It's kind of sad. So I want to thank everybody, just in case this is the last show like this. I'm sure we'll figure something out to do something along the line, but just in case it is, thank everybody for, some of you have been with me since day one. Some have come and gone and come back. We lost a lot of people. For those we lost, whether it be through a bad situation or a good situation,
After everybody gets in the mid-bed,
we still love you all.
We'll have something someplace.
You know, and, you know, we'll get all this stuff done. We'll get everything settled in. We'll start projects. And then, as Ron said, we'll gradually all of us get on these special beds. And then 1 week, we're just going to go all of us someplace, all of us. And we're going to have a party. We're going to have a good time. With that, I say, please, Lord, look after all the children, all the people in our group, and all the people that need your help, Lord. Lord, make this transition go as smooth as possible, as quickly as possible, as we come to you and pray to you through our Savior, your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. Good night, everyone. Love yous all. Might see you Friday, might not.